Well, you got guys fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, I mean, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
Skill for skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm on my game. Skill wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Floyd Mayweather has spoken on why Gervonta Davis cannot beat Shakur Stevenson. Floyd suggested that Shakur is the best fighter in his division with elite defensive ability and unmatched timing, giving him the tools to outclass Tank Davis.
What is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out there. He's asking...
Stevenson has also made it clear that he is fully confident heading into a potential fight with Gervonta Davis, even suggesting he has what it takes to dominate the matchup.
Like you said, the networks are out of the way. The promoters are out of the way. He's flexible, you're flexible. I don't see why it wouldn't happen.
It's the best versus the best.
Absolutely right.
Let's make the best fight in boxing happen.
And when you guys meet, how does that fight play out?
Man, I ain't gonna give you no game plan.
You think I'm gonna jump on the phone with Tank right after?
No, I would tell you this. I'm gonna come out victorious.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I stand.
Many analysts are now saying that the long-awaited clash between Tank Davis and Stevenson is finally moving closer to reality, with talks reportedly gaining momentum. Some believe the mega fight could potentially materialize in September, depending on final negotiations and scheduling.
As reports are coming out and debates are taking place about Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis fighting.
Shakur called it the biggest fight in boxing, believing it would define the sport and bring the most attention from fans worldwide. I'm very confident. I know that you're tired of me talking. So, if you're tired of me talking, shut me up. He won't even say my name right now. So, let him come shut me up. Let's see what he really wants to do. I think he's confident in his abilities.
Very confident. I know that Tank tired of me talking, so if he tired of me talking, shut me up. So
he won't even say your name. I hear he won't even say your name.
Yeah, he won't even say my name right now. So let him come shut me up. Let's see what he really wants to do. I think he's confident in his abilities. I'm very confident in my abilities. So it gotta happen. It's the biggest fight in all the sports. I think that's the Super Bowl right there.
I could not agree more with you. How do you think it would go? Do you put him down? Do you beat him on the cards? How do you think it would wind up?
I ain't gonna say my game plan. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know he's strategizing already. I'm strategizing, and I'm very focused. Like, I'm so focused right now. People don't understand how I feel. So all I'm thinking about is boxing. All that's on my mind is boxing.
In a previous interview with TMZ, Stevenson made it clear that a clash with Tank Davis is a bigger fight compared to Devin Haney, saying it carries more hype and significance in boxing. He believes the matchup with Tank would define greatness, highlighting it as the most important bout in the lightweight division.
Seems like people want to see you and Devin fight and do that soon.
I think both fights is the fights. I think both fights is great fights. Honestly, I think me and Tank is like a bigger fight, but I think me and Dev is like the fight where I can establish who I am.
Stevenson has shown appreciation for Floyd Mayweather backing him, emphasizing that their relationship goes far beyond boxing. He doesn't just see Floyd as a legendary figure, but as a genuine friend and mentor figure in his life. Stevenson has often spoken about admiring Mayweather and learning from his experience, which helped him grow both inside and outside the ring.
I feel as though I appreciate them guys. I appreciate them. I really don't even look at them like how everybody else look at them. I look at them
friends.
Yeah, like it's like cool people.
What's the sort of last couple from you? What's the sort of best bit of advice you give? You've obviously got so many people you can call on. You're in a very fortunate position like that. You've got a strong team. What's the sort of best bit of advice he's give you in this game?
A lot of advice he would give me is like boxing related, and he always wanted to show me like little tricks and little things that I could take with me, and that's why I f with Floyd heavy, because a lot of people be hating on him, but they don't understand he's really like a real dude. And you know what's even crazier? A lot of people be seeing him like when he around, he come with like 15, 16 people. I swear he had to be at the gym with like 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people chilling. It was a normal vibe for him. It was regular. He was comfortable, and I think that side of Floyd, I think that's the side that I like.
Everyone's just got off in London, so we don't need to go into the fight too much. We'll be out there in Saudi Arabia and catch up further then. Appreciate it.
Oscar Valdez, the WBC super featherweight world champion, has shared his thoughts on potential matchups. While he believes that Shakur Stevenson could beat Gervonta Davis, he ultimately leans toward Davis as a more formidable opponent.
For the guy that beats Gervonta, in your opinion?
No, it's a tough one because Tank carries a punch, but you gotta if you're gonna knock somebody out, you gotta first hit him. And Shakur is very difficult to hit. He's always a step away. You know, Shakur. Then what can I say? People saw the fight. You know, I gave him my best, and you know, try to land those shots is not easy. And even if you land those shots, it's in a defensive way where he's kind of backing up and you can't get him with a clean.
The fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson could turn Shakur into a mega star overnight, instantly elevating his global profile and fan base. A victory over Tank would cement his status as one of boxing's elite, bringing massive attention, pay-per-view success, and mainstream recognition worldwide.
Shakur Stevenson he's just not a big star, but he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there. Is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez.
The reason many analysts believe the fight is finally getting closer is that a lot of the old promotional and political barriers that used to freeze or control big matchups in boxing are reportedly no longer as strong.
So let me bridge into this conversation why I think this fight can happen. Because these guys' backing is gone. I mean, like, look at the people that have been really supporting and truly supporting in the behind the media push in boxing, behind a lot of the fights and a lot of the stuff over the last 10 years. It's Daniel Kinahan, the international crime boss, and his front man, my personal opinion, his front man, Turki Al-Sheikh, who put an aura of legitimacy around the actions of Daniel Kinahan, right? So now you see, but what happened to these guys? They're gone. They're gone. Daniel Kinahan got arrested after Mohammed bin Salman now says that he's going to be pulling his money from sports, like coincidentally, right? Coincidentally, the big money launderer, the big arms dealer, the big, DRUG dealer gets arrested right around the same time that these guys say, I don't think we can put this money through sports.
Terrence Crawford has openly praised Shakur Stevenson for his exceptional skill set, highlighting his unique style, defensive brilliance, and high-level boxing IQ. Crawford has even suggested that Stevenson is so technically advanced that many fighters are hesitant to step in the ring with him. He described Shakur as unnatural with a style unlike anyone else, emphasizing how difficult he is to figure out. Crawford says that Stevenson's elite defense, movement, and precision make him a high-risk opponent with little reward for many fighters. His ability to control distance and neutralize opponents often discourages aggressive matchups. This has fueled perception that some boxers avoid fighting him, not out of fear alone, but because he presents one of the toughest stylistic challenges in the sport today.
Certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, he's a runner, he's this, he's that, just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him sparring plenty of times. what makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, punch placement, the react time.
Greg Hackett has stirred debate by speaking on the real reasons why Gervonta Davis has yet to face Shakur Stevenson, pushing back against the simple ducking narrative. According to Hackett, the situation is more complex and tied to boxing politics, timing, and business decisions rather than fear alone. He suggested that Davis has been focused on high-revenue opportunities, including crossover events like the planned bout with Jake Paul, which many viewed as a lucrative spectacle rather than a competitive necessity. Hackett explained that promotional issues, network alignments, and career strategy often delay elite matchups even when fans demand them. He believes both fighters are on separate paths financially and professionally, which has slowed negotiations. While critics continue to accuse Tank of avoiding risk, Hackett's view highlights how modern boxing is driven just as much by business as it is by competition.
Did you say number 2, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean? That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups, you know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny, you know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally, you know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would.
Greg Hackett has stirred debate by speaking on the real reasons why Gervonta Davis has yet to face Shakur Stevenson, pushing back against the simple ducking narrative. According to Hackett, the situation is more complex and tied to boxing politics, timing, and business decisions rather than fear alone. He suggested that Davis has been focused on high-revenue opportunities, including crossover events like the planned bout with Jake Paul, which many viewed as a lucrative spectacle rather than a competitive necessity. Hackett explained that promotional issues, network alignments, and career strategy often delay elite matchups even when fans demand them. He believes both fighters are on separate paths financially and professionally, which has slowed negotiations. While critics continue to accuse Tank of avoiding risk, Hackett's view highlights how modern boxing is driven just as much by business as it is by competition.
But the rumors of Tank and Jake like
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. And he called cap on it. So if you gonna call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it. I think it's dangerous for him to go back in there and fight Lamont. I think Lamont is a hell of a fighter. I can see that going left. So,
When Davis announced a fight with Jake Paul, which was later canceled, many boxing fans expressed strong disappointment and criticism, arguing that he had chosen a safer, more commercially driven spectacle instead of facing elite competition like Shakur Stevenson. Across social media, fans claim the decision looked like a deliberate move away from a high-risk, high-reward matchup with Shakur, which the boxing community has heavily demanded. Critics pointed out that the Paul fight, widely viewed as a crossover exhibition rather than a serious competitive bout, offered a huge payday with comparatively low sporting danger. This fueled accusations that Tank was prioritizing money over legacy. Many also reference his history of not directly calling out Stevenson or engaging in negotiations of the fight, suggesting a pattern of avoidance.
Obviously, you are a student of boxing. You love this sport. I mean, when you hear this today on social media or wherever you happen to get the news, were you like, what? Like, can that actually be, man?
Nah, I'm not shocked. I mean, his last fight when he fought Lamont, Jake Paul was at the fight. He told y'all he was going to fight somebody like Jake Paul. So I'm not shocked. It don't surprise me. So,
you know, Shakur, Jake, when he fought Mike Tyson, he was 227 pounds. He was 199 and like 199 point something his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He hasn't been only boxing for a couple of years. He's 12-1. Tank Davis obviously been boxing his whole life. He's 30-1. He's knocked everybody out except for 3 opponents in his life. But at what point does size matter so much, though, where it can't be overcome, Shakur? And is it in this this case here when you've got what is like a 70-pound difference between these two guys?
I mean, size will play some part of the fight, but if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
Is there any way you could, any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
However, Davis had made it clear that he was unfazed by the growing criticism surrounding his decision to fight Jake Paul. At a press event promoting the matchup, he dismissed negative fan reactions, saying he doesn't pay attention to shifting opinions in boxing and social media. Davis emphasized that fans constantly change their views depending on outcomes, and that he refuses to let outside noise influence his career choices. He further told critics to simply sit back, enjoy the sport, and stop worrying about his decisions moving forward. While the fight was eventually canceled, his comments sparked even more debate, with supporters praising his confidence while critics accused him of avoiding tougher fights. Despite the backlash, Tank remained firm on his stance, focusing on business decisions and big money opportunities rather than public approval or pressure from boxing purists.
A lot of boxing fans aren't happy with the fact you've taken this fight rather than the road rematch, fights with the likes of Shakur, Devin Haney, Teofimo, etc. What do you make of that reaction? And can we still expect to see those fights?
Why should I care what they think? When y'all switch somebody can have a bad day and y'all switching on who y'all favorite fighter is or who this person is supposed to fight. Like y'all need to sit back and be fans and just enjoy the sport. Like y'all even talk about people's personal lives. Like why when it come to that?
Can we still expect to see any of those fights in the future though?
And y'all keep talking about fighting somebody. Didn't he just have a fight? And what happened? What happened? He won, right? But how you look in it? Exactly. But y'all say some different shit when it's me, right? Cause y'all want me to lose. When y'all see people in that limelight too long, they want to take that they want somebody else to come take that spot. That's why it's always like, come on, bro. That's what happened with Floyd. Y'all seen him too much, and once y'all seen him so much, y'all start hating on it. Like it turned from love to.
As talks continue and boxing fans keep debating, the potential showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis remains one of the most talked about and elusive fights in the sport. Stevenson has repeatedly insisted that his defensive mastery, ring IQ, and precision would give him the edge in a high-level tactical battle. He has also described the matchup as the biggest fight in boxing, one capable of breaking major pay-per-view records and drawing global attention. Despite the constant call-outs and public interest, both fighters are currently focused on separate career paths, with Stevenson continuing to build his legacy across divisions and Davis prioritizing his own fight schedule and business decisions. As a result, while the hype keeps growing, the super fight still feels uncertain and likely remains some distance away from becoming reality.
Gun to your head, when are we gonna see the Shakur Tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin Tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
the one
that, like, if we were like gonna be for real about it, like,
keep it honest. What's the fight?
My opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Can do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I can see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract. Dang. And I'm going to sign a contract too. So
what do you think? Should Tank finally step up and face Shakur? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.